I have been in that place before, and I mean, I recovered without medication, yes, but I became better.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Inside Life Show. My name is Ruth Ando. On today's show, we have a very wonderful guest. Yes, she's an amazing personality. I love her charisma and what she stands for. On today's show, we are coming to discuss a very important issue that is disturbing a lot of people in this country and all over the world. Today, we are coming to talk about depression. Sometimes life can be a roller coaster. Life can hit you hard and turn you into a better person. But when you go through such state, such phase, are we able to come out to be a better version of ourselves? Or we are just stuck in there? These days, people commit suicide and you don't even know what comes in mind, what pushes them, what inspires them. I'm using inspire because it's overwhelming with the cases that are coming up these days. I don't know what makes people think they can actually take their life or the life of another person. On today's show, we'll be talking to a banker, an entrepreneur, and a counseling psychologist. Madam Eresi Jonah, please, you're welcome to the Inside Life show.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here.
Okay, we thank you so much for giving us such a privilege. We'd like to know a bit about you. I mean, we see you doing a lot of things for ladies, women, a whole lot of people. We really like to know who really your personality is.
Okay, so my name is Anna Iresi Jonah. I'm a mother, I'm a banker, and also a counseling psychologist. And I have an initiative, it's a mental health initiative, and it's called The Strong Woman. So TSW for short. I usually like to call it TSW because when you say the strong woman, immediately the men feel like they are left out. But even though it started for women mainly, it's we've opened it up to men as well. So everybody, men, children, everyone comes for assistance. So with regards to what I do, aside during my normal 8 to 5 job, what TSW stands for is to introduce people to mental health, basically to create a lot of awareness, to let people know what mental health is, what it's about, how important it is, and where they can find professionals to talk to or where they can get help. So there are lots of government institutions or hospitals that make all these services available. It's available in schools. I have colleagues who work, with schools, and then it's also available in private institutions. And but people don't know where to find the help. So that's when TSW comes in. So initially, we're only directing them to these facilities depending on how much you can afford. And then sometimes we run events during the year to raise funds so that we can support those who can't pay for the services but really need it. And I also run a practice basically. So yes, I also give counsel or also give psychological assistance to patients. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Oh wow, you do a lot of things, and you are such an inspiration. I was going through your profile yesterday, and it was overwhelming. Um, a lot of things today. Our topic for discussion is depression, and the current stuff going on in this country. Um, we realize that depression has become something that we always say, we normally say, somebody can lose his or her money today or lose his or her job and then go into depression. Somebody can go into divorce, the person will be depressed. Sometimes to life throws certain things at us that makes us lose ourselves. Is it that we are not using the word depression well, or what really is depression?
Okay, so I like the examples. First of all, I like the examples that you stated because these are things that happen a lot, especially in our modern world in this generation. Depression is a mood disorder. Okay, when we talk about mood disorders, it's basically a person's being, like your mood at a particular time. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you feeling enthusiastic about your day? Are you feeling down? Do you feel like giving up, not doing anything? These are moods that people experience. So, under mood disorders, we have one that is called depression. So, depression is a state of sadness, a state of being down, feeling low in life, not enthusiastic about anything. When it comes to physical appearance, most people who are depressed do not wake up and dress up like they would on a normal day. When it comes to personal hygiene, it's very low. When it comes to appetite for food, it's either very extreme, so a depressed person can overeat, or a depressed person can decide not to eat at all because they've lost appetite for food. So this is what depression is. However, I always say that everybody has a time in their lives where they feel like that sometimes. So let's say in one day or two, somebody goes through a divorce, and for about 2 days they are in that state, that mood, or that depressive state. After 2 days, they are either encouraged by themselves or their support system or the higher power they believe in. For us Christians, we believe in God and the power of Jesus Christ. So we are either encouraged by all these things and then we come out of that situation. But other people are not able to come out of that situation either because they are not personally strong emotionally, or they don't have the support that the rest of us or the rest of the people have, or they are not too hopeful in the superior being that they trust in. So those people stay in that state for 2 weeks or more. Then we can call that depression, or we clinically diagnose it as depression. Even that is after some tests have been run on the individual, then we can say the person is depressed. So that's what depression basically is.
Oh, okay. So it means myself, I was using depression in a wrong way. I'm sure some of my viewers too sometimes do that. We'd like to know if you've gone into such states before.
Like I said, it's an everyday thing for some people. I mean, you set goals, you set targets. For me personally, because I do a lot of things, I plan. So let's assume for, let's say, the next 6 months, I have a plan. There are things I want to execute or I want to see come to pass. If those things don't come to pass, I most likely may feel down, feel a bit disappointed, or feel a bit hopeless to an extent. So yes, I do feel such things sometimes, and I've been in that state before. I actually went through a very, like, a major life challenge. That was in 2017. So it was after that I started doing the TSW. I launched it in 2019, and then I went ahead to do my masters and go into practicing fully. But even in that phase, like I said, there was support to help me through. So, um, yes, I have been in that state before, and support got me out of it. God helped me literally out of it, and family support helped as well.
Oh wow, we thank God for your life. um, you are a banker and you do a lot of things as well. So we want to know how you combine your work with those activities.
Well, passion is everything, but it's not everything. You can be passionate about a lot of things and still not be able to, balance all of them at the same time. So even though I have passion for certain things, including my job, I plan. That's the first thing. I plan a lot. I write a lot. I have so many diaries, so many books. Sometimes I feel like, hey, why am I writing so much? Or why do I have so many books that I'm, putting stuff in? But when I talk to other people who are just like me, I mean, there are people I look up to. I visit once in a while. I talk to on phone, and I see them doing the same thing. So I'm inspired to continue doing it. So I plan a lot, and as much as possible, I try to follow up through what I've written. So there's a process for everything. My plan for today is to do A, B, and C. As much as possible in my power, I try and do A, B, and C. I make room also for change, for let's say disappointments, because a lot of the things we do are based on other people or we do with other people. So if they decide not to show up or they decide not to play their parts, the thing will not go as planned. Okay, so first of I plan, secondly I try to follow the plan, thirdly I make room for changes, for disappointments, and then fourthly I remain very optimistic. When I come across any challenge, any problem, I'm quickly looking for a solution. So if one person is posing as a problem, a problem, a problem, I quickly find a solution to that person. Find a way. It's like water. I was telling a group of people I was talking to a few days back that water, if you put something in the way of water, it will try and find a way either around it or under it. It will create its own path because it knows it's going somewhere and it doesn't want to be stopped. That's how I act, or those are the things that help me do all that I do.
Okay. I'm going to put it in my diary. Very strong points. I would like to know, um, when someone goes through depression, I know that it's either through medication or a talk therapy that the person can use to get out. Apart from these two, do we have other avenues that can help people in such states?
Okay, so when it comes to depression, like you rightly said, it's talk therapy, which we, the psychologists or therapists, do, and then there's also medication that is either given by a psychiatrist or a medical doctor or a medical professional. Um, in these sessions or in therapy, we will tell you to, or we encourage you to find positive coping mechanisms with what you are doing and build a strong support system. Any depressed person needs the right people to help them out of the situation that they are in or that place that they are in. So you need a support system. It could be your family, it could be your trusted friends, your mates, your church, your pastor. I mean, somebody that you know can support you. So it's your support system and then positive coping mechanisms. If a depressed person begins to rely on alcohol, on drugs, on sexual activities, on things that may be harmful to the individual, or taking in certain substances that may harm the person. I mean, somebody is okay drinking 6 bottles of beer, but if another person tries drinking just one, they are gone. They are not themselves. They lose, themselves in that process. So you find what is good for you and you do what works for you. So those are positive coping mechanisms. Go out swimming, read a book, listen to a song, sit with friends, have a lovely conversation. All those things find a way of helping you get out of it. Medication comes in when it's very extreme, and even talk therapy is not enough to manage depression. That's when medication comes in.
Oh, that's very powerful. Um, when someone goes into depression, is the person able to find his or her purpose amidst such state? Because most of the times it looks as if some people go into it and that is just it. Others to go through it and they become a better version of themselves. Um, I think 2 days ago on UTV, Akuapem Poloo did a short video, and in the video she was like, everything happens for a reason. She might go to prison and come out to be better. So I want to know, do people come out? Do people really come out?
Yes, they do. And like you rightly said, I mean, I have been in that place before. And I mean, I recovered without medication, yes, but I became better. And it gave me a sense of purpose. And and I always say this, I studied psychology as a first degree. And then after that, I kind of put a pause on it because as at that time, once you're done with your first degree, there's not much you can do. There weren't a lot of avenues or places in Ghana you could practice basically, or even go and understudy someone. So, or let's assume I didn't know about all those things. So I finished and I, packed it somewhere, went into marketing and, FMCG work. and I still hadn't found my purpose. I still didn't know what I was going to do next. Initially, I wanted to pursue, what I was doing with regards to work, but I still didn't have a purpose. But after that breakdown in 2017, going through therapy with support of family, friends, my pastor, coming out, I came out with a purpose, with a plan to help other people, to let people know it's a normal thing. It's not an illness that you can't recover from. It only becomes a really severe case when it's not dealt with early. So I would say mine was dealt with early. So I got a lot of support, I got a lot of help. Therapy, went through it, came out, and the next plan for me was I'm going to help other people, not only through depression but through other mental illnesses or challenges as well, because they appear in different forms and in different ways with different people. Others are born with certain conditions they have no control over, but it doesn't mean that they are not worthy of being, people. So yes, you can go through depression and come out and be a better version of yourself. And I always say it, TSW, our slogan is becoming a better version of you. Yes, and that's literally me right now. I look nothing like I was in 2017 or even 2014 before I got to that point exactly. So you can go in there and come out looking better, and not just looking or pretending to be better, but actually being better and helping other people through. And it's very fulfilling. All the people we've helped, over 200 people. Over 200 people have used our platforms. They slide into my DM or they call. The number is very easy. So people either call, send a message, and I introduce them to therapists, or if they're available, I do the therapy myself, and I report it to whoever is, whoever I have to report to. So over 200 people, and it's very fulfilling to know that you're helping certain people, because they go and they come back and they give you results. They show you how they are now, how much they've improved, and all they needed was a little bit of therapy. No medication, I mean, no extreme cases. So, yes, you can go in and come back and be better.
With the recent issue about Akuapem Poloo and the son, with her being in jail and all that, I don't know what the boy is going through, whether he's traumatized or he's going through, I think he's going through a series of phases. As a counseling psychologist, how well do you think the guy can be helped, like the son can be helped amidst this issue? Because I know people are doing a lot for him and the mother as well, even though she's not out yet. But how should family, friends, and probably the nation as a whole help the young guy?
Well, like you rightly said, he's obviously going through a lot. It's not easy watching all this happen. I don't know to what extent he's exposed to all that is happening. If he sees what is going on online, on TV, But in his mother's absence, I'm happy that people have stepped in to support with cash and some lands and other things. I'm sure others are doing things that we don't even know about, but a lot of support, physical support, family presence, if there's any, is very important or necessary at this point. Somebody who will be there for him in her absence, somebody who can take care of him as well as she was. There's no love like a mother's love, I can say, but at least somebody to step in for her. I don't know if her family is around or she has a best friend or a close friend that can do that for him. Take care of him physically, talk to him, try and find out how he's feeling, maybe on a daily basis. When he goes to school and comes back, what does he report? What are his friends saying? Because I'm sure his friends' parents have heard the news. They may talk about it. The children will hear it, talk about it in school. All these things, at least for the next 90 days, there should be somebody who is doing this with him regularly. Okay, so just a lot of support is needed aside the money and everything. Physical presence and talking to him will help. At least it will tell you what is going through his mind, what he's experiencing in school, friends, what he sees, and if he needs any explanation, it can be done. Sometimes when things like this happen, the family will just tell him, oh, mommy to kwine. She'll come back later, BB, something like that. But well, I don't know the strategy they are using, but they should try and talk to him as often as possible. It will give them an idea of how he feels, what he's going through. Then they'll know what to do next.
Well, thank you so much. But this is obviously this is Ghana, and information travels very fast in this country. So I'm sure maybe when he goes to school or by all means he knows what's happening. We just pray that the good Lord will support him in these trial times. There's one thing I love about you. You are a passionate biker. Sitting on a bike is actually not easy. We all sit on a bike and it is so not easy. Anytime I sit on a motorbike, I just say the Lord's Prayer because the feeling is it's a whole mood. But when you are sitting on a bike, your mood is different. I want to know a bit about that.
Okay, this was surprising. Okay, so I naturally love bikes. My dad used to ride. Now, because of his age, he doesn't ride. He just drives around. But my dad used to ride. My elder brother rides as well. So I've always loved biking. But I didn't want to do it the regular way because a lot of them get knocked down by cars, all these Okada riders riding anyhow. But a friend introduced me to an academy. It's called Gear Shift Academy, and they're on Instagram. So you just type in Gear Shift Academy, and it's a school. So it is an academy where you learn to ride a motorbike. So we say learning the right way and gear up all the time. All the gears all the time. So if you like you saw in my pictures, we always have the balaclava before the helmet, the gloves, the jacket, the knee guard, the boots. Like we are fully geared up, and then you learn within 7 lessons. And I mean, if it's 7 days in a week, you are done. If it's every other week or every week, I mean, it's very quick and very easy to learn. So that's how I learned how to bike. And then I mean, I made friends there. It's a whole society. So we just ride. Sometimes we breathe around somewhere, and it's fun. For me, it's a way of relaxing. Aside maybe reading a book, watching movies, it's one of the things I like to do as at my leisure time.
That's wonderful. I'll be buying application form very soon. All right. It has been an awesome moment with you. I've had a wonderful time with you. I'm sure my viewers are also enjoying the show and they are enjoying you as well. I would like you to give a brief advice to the youths.
Okay, so anytime I'm given this opportunity, there's one important thing that I say: life happens. And when life happens, don't beat yourself about it and don't think you are worthless. And remember that anybody can go into any mental state that is not too appropriate or too appealing. It's not something you'd want to do on a regular. So please, mental health is very important. Take it as I'm saying it. It's really important. Your mental state controls every other part of you. If you are not sane in your mind, your body cannot work. You'll not be able to plan. You'll not be able to achieve everything that you were born to do and the things you want to do. So please take your mental health passionately and very seriously. There's a lot of help out there. We are on social media. The Clinical Psychology Center for Rich Hospital is on social media. The Strong Woman is on social media. That's Instagram. So it's at the Strong Woman _GH. You can also send a WhatsApp to 0548 000080 and just let us know you want to talk to a specialist. We'll quickly link you to one, either in the hospitals or the private facilities, depending on what you want to do. But just remember that your mental health is very important. It controls every other aspect of your life. So just like Bible says, guard your hearts, for out of it comes the issues of life. If you're ever worried about anything and you need somebody to talk to, don't think, oh, this one is not too important, so I don't need a psychologist. Even if you have 7 different shades of red shoes and you don't know which one to wear to an event, you can call a therapist to assist you with making the decision.
Awesome. We've had a wonderful moment talking to Madam Eresi Jonah. It's been a pleasure. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please, I'm begging you to subscribe. It's Inside Life TV show with Ruth Ando on all social media handles. Um, we want to use this opportunity to thank you for gracing our screens with your beauty and such wonderful knowledge. I hope my viewers have learned a lot about depression. Whatever you are going through, know that it is just a phase, it is just a process. It will pass. It has been the Inside Life show with me, with Ando. Until we come your way next time, it's bye for now.